Robert here, back with another episode of Moto Academy Rider Submission Breakdown. So these are Moto Academy family members that are inside of the app that can send through footage inside of the app for me to break down, analyze, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna share some of the ones that we get rolling through. A lot of these issues are relatable for you guys, so try to pay attention to the things that you think maybe are applicable to yourselves. If you wanna send through footage yourself, go to themotoacademy.com, subscribe to the club. Also, as of today, I'm giving away my 125 Supercross race bike. It's a 2022 KTM 125 SX. That's available at themotoacademy.com. Any dollar you spend anywhere on the website, whether it's training online, purchasing tour dates from the 2022 Moto Academy Tour, or the brand new merch drop that actually went up today as well, every dollar you spend is an entry to the bike. Spend $100, that's 100 entries. That giveaway starts today. All right, so let's get right into it. I'm gonna try to break these down the best I can. I haven't seen any of these yet. So this is from Luke. Okay, pretty fast. But so Luke has a very common issue, which is that the attack position here, the knees are too far forward, and what that does is that allows his head to come back. So you can see the acceleration going into the turn. When Luke accelerates, his head kind of falls back a little bit. Right here, his head should be way further forward. Right here, his head's in the right spot, but the knees are just simply too far forward. And when your knees are that far forward, every time you go to accelerate, you're gonna fall back into the bike, So my guess is that although you could tell Luke's a pretty fast rider, I bet you he struggles with arm pump, and that would be why. Because he would always have the sensation as if he's falling off the back of the motorcycle. Don't be afraid, guys. When you stand up, keep the knees back, which this can be difficult, but drive the head super, super far forward, way further ahead than you think is correct. I mean, when you're accelerating as fast as he is while standing, don't be afraid to have that head way over the front number plate, or over the front fender. All right, this is from Gerald. Hi, AJ. Been working keeping my elbows up, trying to keep my core locked. Also, could you give me some advice on my throttle and clutch work in the corners? Okay. This track looks like a heck of a training track. Oh. Okay, so Gerald shouldn't be using any clutch in that left-hander, by the way. Totally screwed up this whole corner. Going through those rollers looked okay. Letting the bike fall away from him quite a bit. So he looks weak, as if he's kind of collapsing to the front, and then every time he accelerates, he's kind of falling off the back. You have to be able to anticipate when you're gonna give it throttle, like there, when you wheelie over a roller, his head shouldn't be coming back as if he's falling off the back. When you wheelie over a roller, your head should come forward. Every time you wheelie, head should come forward. Wheelie over a roller, head should come forward. And what that'll do is that will make you look like you're on top of the bike and staying neutral, as opposed to like every time he goes to wheelie, it's like, he falls off the back and then he caves over the front. Right here, he pulled the clutch in all the way halfway through the turn and then let it out like he was in a video game. And all that does is just delay the turning process. No clutch, shouldn't use any clutch at all in that corner, and have to keep the head forward. From Jaden, can you give me some tips so I can keep this from happening again? Okay. Okay, inside elbow is already down, and the corner hasn't even started yet. So, yeah, all this is there's no need to put your foot out in this turn either. That would probably simplify it a little bit. You can see when he goes to twist the throttle, he's at a neutral wrist and there's no regrip going on. So as soon as he goes to twist, look what the right elbow does. The right elbow drops, and then look at what the foot does. All the foot does is dab to the ground, jab himself in his own arm, and rips his own arm off the handlebar. Leave your feet on the pegs. This would be such an easy corner to do that. But when you go to give it throttle, you have to regrip. Use your pointer finger as that gauge, regrip over the pointer finger, and then grip so you have a neutral wrist upon acceleration. All right, this is from Felicia. I was hoping you'd give me some advice as to why my rear always goes sideways when I take off a jump. When I case a jump, my suspension looks symmetrical, so I don't think my rebound is too fast, but will defer to your opinion. I've tried to squeeze my feet tighter, give more gas up the face, etc., but can't figure it out. Okay, so giving more gas up the face is adding to the problem. That looked good. Okay, so let me watch this one more time. Right here, pretty good. Entering with speed. Okay, you just need to carry a little bit more speed in, and then you have to be confident enough in the air to allow the bike to come to you. If you're in the perfect attack position, but you're just glued in anticipation that the bike is going to react and do something weird, then the bike is going to react. So you didn't have any really forgiveness at all or any movement at all on the jump face that did end up kicking you. And so you being rigid like that is going to make the bike react. Where you could see the first little jump that you have confidence on, you let the bike come up to you, and then back. I'm gonna pause this for a second so I can keep explaining. Or let's go back and watch that last clip again a couple of times here. Right here, you move just fine. Right here, you move just enough so the bike doesn't kick. And then right here, no movement. And the bike does the reaction under you. So that's a simple fix, but you have to have the confidence to move. All right, from Mike, Mayhem. Been practicing your advice since last time. I feel a lot better. There's still some things. Let me know what you see. Can't wait for Fernley. Oh, so that's plastic for next week. Great job getting the head forward on acceleration. His knees are going forward with his head a little bit too much, so let's get his knees too far forward. Oh, fell off the back a little bit. Okay, so he's riding on the balls of his feet, which is good, but he's up flat-footed like this, not dropping the heel. So right here especially is where you can see it. When you stand on the balls of your feet, you have to drop your heels more so that you're in a flexion position with your ankle. That will drop the heels, that will drive the knees back. Right here, knees too far forward. Just a little bit, right? Where you really notice it is this next clip right here. Way too far forward right there with the knees. And if your knees are that far forward when you're braking, you're gonna have some issues. And then since they were that far forward, when you went to accelerate out of the corner, you then looked like you were getting ripped off the back of the bike. Head position right there was great. Looks like you're starting to get a really good understanding of when that head should drive forward. From Aidan H, I'm trying to get faster in the whoops, but not sure if I'm in the right position. Okay, let's see what type of whoops we're working with here. Oh, it's the airway I'm at. Okay, so no, not the right position, not too far off. Knees too far forward and hips are locked. So you can see your lower back is in a hunch, and that's caused because the knees are jamming you up to the front. So again, the same advice I just gave to the last person, drop your heels, drive the knees back. When you watch Christian Craig go through a whoop section, you watch almost his knees look like they're locked out, they're so far back. What that'll do is that will give your pelvis more room to rotate out, so you can unlock your hips instead of looking like a turtle like you just were hunched through. When you're locked like this, the bike's gonna react off every whoop, which you're seeing it, react, react, react. If you watch me go through that section, the bike would look a lot more planted because those hips are unlocked, the pelvis is tilted back this way, and that's freed up because of where your foot position is with the heels dropped and where your knees are. As soon as the feet are in the wrong place, then the knees are in the wrong spot, then your pelvis goes the wrong direction, and it's kind of like a domino effect of being in the wrong position. So focus on the footwork would be my advice there. Really focus on over-exaggerating, unlocking those hips. And the best way to do that, honestly, is just watch a guy like Craig go through the whoops, watch that footage over and over again, and then compare it to that. That's a perfect side angle of you going through those whoops to be able to compare the two, and then to wedge yourself, and then to get yourself in the right position. So that should be an easy fix. All right guys, so there you have it. It's always simple issues, whether the issue seems as though it's complex or it's a faster rider, so you think it's more complex. It almost never is. It's always the basic stuff, which is good news. In one sense, it's bad news for me because if there were some secret sauce, that would be my excuse as to why I'm not faster, but there's no secret sauce. It's basic stuff. The top guys in the world execute the basic stuff really well, and they eat, sleep, and breathe it. They ride every single day, so this stuff becomes muscle memory. For a lot of you guys, you don't ride frequently enough to where it's like constant thought is happening when you're out on the bikes, but accomplish one thing at a time, kind of nail down one technical aspect at a time, and next thing you know, you'll be able to go out on the track and be pretty darn fast, pretty safe, and really consistent. And that's all you can ask for. Head over to themotoacademy.com. If you want to get entered to win my 125, go check that out. I'm super excited. That promotion will run for 2 months. But get your entries in now before you guys forget, so that way you are locked and loaded and have a chance of winning that bike. If you want to send in your video submissions, go to club.themotoacademy.com and subscribe to the club, and you can send through all the riding footage you want. If you don't want me to share it on YouTube, fine, I won't share it on YouTube. But if you want that daily access to me and you want to be working on stuff on a consistent basis, inside of the Moto Academy app is the absolute best way to do that. Okay, I have a flight to catch going to Denver. I have class tomorrow. I'll see you guys there. Check out all the tour dates if you guys want. And that's it. This is some merch right here. Go get it. Okay, toodaloo.